Hi guys, Mitch here from MJB Seminars, Everything to Live Life Inspired. I want to share something that happened to me just before I came away to Melbourne this week. I'm in Perth and myself and Ange had been fighting for about 2 weeks, really struggling at home, the two of us, not willing to open up, communicate, and we're both I like to think we're pretty switched on people, especially when it comes to relationships, but we were really struggling. And we're very aware that when we're struggling and fighting and clashing, that it affects the kids, and we're very aware of that, and we do everything that we can to take responsibility. And sometimes in our lives we do everything except what the right thing is. So we'll try to avoid having the conversations we need to have by, trying to. I do it by trying to cook for Ange and make her feel loved, or I do it by trying to help out more and make her feel loved. But that wasn't cutting it this time. I'm out in the laundry and I'm just putting some towels away. The kids are out there with me and Ange is feeding the baby in the dining room. Next of all, I hear Ange scream, "Mitch!" And I'm like, "What?" I'm yelling at what? She's like, "Mitch!" And I'm like, I shut the laundry door and I go running out. Lola is running in front of me. She gets in there first. I look at Oliver, he's sitting in the baby chair and he's purple. His lips are purple, his face is purple, and I'm like, my God, he's choking. I look at Ange. I move Lexi out of the way. I move Lola out of the way. Lola bursts into tears with the stress of what was going on. I look at him. She goes, "It's bacon, it's bacon." I hold his nose. I put my hands down his throat and I'm feeling around and I'm pushing and I'm trying to feel around for what's choking him. I pull my hand out and he lets a gasp of air. And then he starts choking again. I lean him forward in my hands. I start smacking him on the back. And next of all, I hear him cough. I pin him back, put my hands down his throat, and he starts to breathe. I lift him out of the chair. I walk inside. Ange is behind me. Lola is inconsolable. I sit on the couch. Ange grabs the baby. Lola comes over. I sit her on my knee. Lexi comes around, and the five of us just huddle together. And I just look at Ange, and I'm like, oh my God. I mean, if that's not a message. Here's the point. In that moment, when that stressful experience occurred, all there was there between us was love. We pulled together. We unified. The whole family came together. Nothing mattered anymore. None of the petty nonsense, none of the petty bullshit that had us fighting with one another. Everything had gone out the window. Everything was gone. And all there was in that moment was just love. It's same in your life. When something traumatic is happening or something is going on, all it's trying to do is get you to open your heart. But here's the point. I didn't need to wait until something was happening to my son before I stopped and sat down and told my wife I loved her. You don't need to wait for something traumatic to turn up before you stop and tell the people in your life that you love. So I want you to think about something. If there's somebody that you're fighting with, if there's somebody that you're bluing with, if there's somebody you're not clear with, stop and ask yourself, how is this a service to you? What is this teaching you? And stop and pick up the phone and ring them and love them no matter what. I hope that this message has helped you in some way, guys. Remember, love is all there is. Love is the only way. Live your life inspired. Take care. Bye-bye.